ready.
Oh, excitement.
Like, so y'all see we got guests here. They're gonna no audio difficulty. Can you guys hear us good? Someone give me a thumbs up if you can hear us, because I got to make sure. And I have to, this is like really important. That okay, Cody says we can hear you now. Maybe Cody's ears just
all right. Here we go.
You know, he's not here today, so he's already like giving us a bunch of crap.
Now we're all anticipating this news now.
Are you ready?
Are y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Ready. There you go.
Wait. We don't got enough people on for this yet.
Oh, no. Okay.
The league has to hear.
Let's introduce
our guests. Okay. All right. We'll start here to my left. We got some guests here that was invited today, and there's a couple. Number one, some good things going on in the organization. But as you know, Doug, which I have a bone to pick with you later.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because
all surprises. You know.
Well, listen, I came fired up today, man, because
game before
there was a game. You know, you have always been on me about Ferris, right? Always. And Mike, you love you some Ferris. You always pick Ferris. And guess what? Because of your influence, I picked against them last week, and I've got blown up by messages.
But I told you to pick them.
I know that, but see, you use reverse psychology.
Oh,
you use that military training on me.
Okay, all right,
bro. Like I picked against them, and now did you see what they did to some poor team with the scoreboard?
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
I mean, they just like left it on, bro. They left it on.
That wasn't very nice.
Introduce yourself to us.
All right, I'm Kenny. I'm with the Lions Youth Sports Association, or Castleberry. I'm the vice president, and I coach the 10U football team.
And I'm Andy. I'm one of Kenny's assistant coaches with the 10U LYSA team.
Love it. So there's I invited these guys here. Doug, you know I've been high on this 10U team.
Yes.
And I know we're only 2 weeks in the season, but like they're like my dark horse this year, and we're bringing them to light today.
Oh.
We're bringing them to light.
I don't know if you wanted that to happen.
Well, too late. He's here. Too late.
You said you were here to talk about just the organization, nothing to do with 10U at all.
Yeah. Nothing. People are now saying they can't hear. So hold on just a second. Let me make sure we can get this. Let me see if we got this right here. Go from there. So if you guys can, I'm going to try to turn these up just a little bit. And let me see. Let me text this person here and see if they can help us out a little bit. If you guys can hear us, give me a thumbs up. All right, they said they fixed it. So people, okay, Kevin says he can hear us. All right, Kevin has hearing difficulties too.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. So you know the reason why Kevin have hearing difficulties because he yells a lot. Like that dude is.
I didn't hear you. What?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know how he doesn't go home hoarse every single game, and that he always, in my opinion, one of the best defensive coaches, if not in the league. He always shuts people out, and you would think his team like gives up 100 points, and I love it. Like it's fantastic. But anyway, back to our guests. 10U. First off, Doug, you know what offense they run?
No, please tell me.
Option.
That's hard to stop.
Bro, I've seen some videos. There are videos out there. You just got to go dig for them, people. That's all I can tell you. You just got to go dig for them. How did you guys come up with the option offense?
Is a setup, bro. Sounds like a setup.
It's basically just, I mean, we've never ran that offense before. And with our size and the skills that our players have, it's more tailored around what we have and just using that to our advantage.
And man, I've seen some, and they got who's number 2?
That's my nephew, Josiah.
Good player.
Flash.
Yeah.
Good player.
His nickname is Flash.
You know, when I was watching a little bit, you know, obviously not trying to compare kids to people in the NFL, but he kind of moved a little bit like Le'Veon Bell. You know how Le'Veon Bell used to move, and it didn't look like he was like blowing everybody away, but you would look up and it's like, oh, that dude just outran everybody. Like that's what he kind of reminded me of a little bit. So tell us about the organization. Obviously, I want to talk about this 10U team, and we'll talk about them in picks and stuff like that. But how are things going in the organization? I know last year we had you guys. I know you guys have been in a big growth spurt, things of that nature. How's football season and stuff looking for you guys as a whole in the organization?
It's good right now. I mean, we've got 5 teams. We've got a 5U, 6U, 8U, 10U, and 12U. A big problem in our area is parents want to wait until 6th grade before they start signing up kids, and it's too late. So we're really trying to push getting away from that. But it's growing. Our younger teams are really starting to grow now. So
yeah, and tell them, Doug, how that's not smart.
No, the parents will find out when their kids get there.
Oh, for sure.
Dang it. Probably should have put Johnny in a little earlier because he's lost and getting beat down and doesn't want to play anymore. You just found out how hard it was at that age. And the guys know how to play. You're getting hit for real now. You know, you're getting hit.
Castleberry's going out to play Mineral Wells and them kids for a long time.
It is weird how it's pervasive there in our part of town. You know, Central West Fort Worth. That's kind of the just the general feeling, wait till 6th grade is what 80% of the families think is appropriate. And you just take a step out to any of the outlying areas anywhere else, and it's the complete opposite. So we're always fighting that a little bit.
And Burleson, I think, is fortunate. A lot of kids put their people, but there are some, like I can tell you on my son's 7th grade team, and there are kids that are good athletes that made the A team. There was definitely shock. So I don't remember seeing a whole lot of injuries in youth football, but I can tell you because I know kids playing on both of the Burleson teams here, obviously, as do you. I feel like I've seen more injuries in the first 2 games of middle school football, and especially kids that have never played, than I ever seen in youth football. Even at our 12U level that has really, I think our 10 and 12U has like really high end competitive football play and stuff. And I'm like watching kids, and I say this, and so if you're any of the parents listening to Burleson, I'm not trying to say your kids didn't get hurt, because I know someone like our quarterback at Kerr, he's dealing with a hamstring, and I mean that dude's tough as nails, been playing all his life. But there's some kids, like, I don't know if they're hurt or if it's just like, holy crap, I just got hit. You know what I mean? It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what it is. Oh, we got already people on here calling me out, Doug. Dre says Mike out here having teams put 68 points up on them. It was quickly corrected though it was only 66.
Oh, okay, of course. As long as it was correct.
So for sure. And if you guys are just joining us, make sure you drop a L in the comments for live, and drop an R in the replay if you're watching it a little bit later on. Drop those in there for us to go through there. Talking with a little bit of the Lions here in the house. We're going to pick some games. Thank you all also for the athletes that you sent in. We've got several athletes for us to go through here, for us to take a look at and kind of call out some shout outs. We'll do that as we go. I know Doug has my pick 'em weeks, so I'm anxious to see if I did a little bit better than last week. So he's gonna bust my chops on that here in just a little bit. But first, want to just talk a little bit about this 10U team. Did you guys have expectations coming in this year? Like,
No.
was it?
So last year, this team, we were mainly all 9-year-olds. And so we were mostly 9 with a few 10-year-olds playing up in the 10U division. So these kids got the crap beat out of them last year.
Yeah.
And I mean, we scored, I think our last game of the season, we finally scored a touchdown, and that was it. We went 0-8. This year they came back. The kids who did come back, those are, I consider, our core group.
Yep.
Right.
Because they're the leaders this year. You can tell they're on a different mission than they were last year.
And what was their record last year?
0-8.
And they're already 2-0.
0-8 with 1 touchdown. Yeah. And it was below 0-8, if that's possible. Last year.
It was rough.
So tell me about, because I love stories like this, right? I love it, love it, love it. What was your off-season program like? I mean, because a team that's 0-8, you got to re-engage all those kids, right? I mean, nobody likes to lose.
So kind of, at least, for most of the kids that are constant in our youth association, it's more keeping those kids together and taking them through sport to sport. We don't do a whole lot of off-season football.
Okay.
It's more keep them together in basketball, and then take them to baseball, and then we're back in football. So we started in the beginning of July with conditioning camp, and then we've just been at it every day since.
Right.
So are you, and you brought up something you just said, like with multiple sports. So I know, Doug, and I'm interested your opinion on obviously on this too. Well, really everybody's. Are you a multi-sport? Because, it seems like, so when I grew up, it was just as you said, we went football, basketball, baseball, some played soccer, or you did quote unquote track and field or whatever the case would be. And you just like rotated around until next football season. Then all of a sudden you started seeing what felt like in not just youth sports in general, but like you started seeing, I remember the first year that I remember select baseball here, and that it's closed down, but they called it Arc Park there by the airport. You remember that over there, Doug? Yeah. And like, it was this huge stadium. And all of a sudden I started hearing my teammates all like that play football. It's like, oh man, we got select baseball this season. We can't play football. We've got this. Are you a multi-sport guy that you feel that's better for kids to transition between sports? Or are you one that is, man, if you're good at football, stick with football and stay with it year round?
No, absolutely. You play as many sports as you can. Yeah. Whatever that season is, that typical season. If it's baseball season, play baseball. If it's basketball, play basketball. When it's football, it's football. The more adverse you can be in all those sports, if you can excel at every sport that you play, you're going to succeed.
It's going to make you a better athlete all around, and it's going to prevent burnout. I mean, these kids are 10, and our family, my son plays select baseball, and there's a lot of those kids that just do baseball year round. You look at the older kids that have done that, and there's a lot of burnout. They get tired of it by high school, and then they haven't been playing football or basketball because they've just been focusing on the one sport, and they're all of a sudden behind. I mean, I think just like education or anything, something that's well-rounded is probably better.
What about you, Doug?
100% agree with that. I know people always say, Doug, you hate baseball. I said, no, I don't hate baseball. I hate baseball when it's playing during football season. That's no, but I think it's great. No, I 100% agree with that. Multiple sports. I think it helps the bodies of the athlete as well, not doing the same exact movements all the time. So have that movement in their bodies. I know there was a study done about soccer, about how these soccer kids were getting all these ACLs like that because they did the same thing over and over and over. Nothing anything different.
Interesting.
If you move differently, your body moves different too, right? Because football moves aren't basketball moves. They may be similar, but not the same. Baseball, everything's different. So that was a 60-minute study or one of those what do you call it? HBO
special
sports,
things.
One of those things. Yeah, real sports. Yeah, real sports.
Look how many professional athletes were either drafted in the MLB or they were pro in baseball but chose football.
They do multiple different
things. And big name right now is Dion. And I heard I want to say it was either Colin Cowherd or Skip Bayless, but they were like reading stats how there's no one even close to him at number 2, and how that year when he was in Atlanta, how he went to the World Series. First off, he played like 92 games as a starting center fielder, batted over 300. Then went to the World Series and batted over 400 in 4 World Series games. 532. Then he also played corner, all-pro corner, and he was just, and obviously Dion's a freak athlete for sure, and one of the best ever. But
he did it in college too. He played baseball, played a baseball game, took off.
And I'm curious what
jersey and went and ran track and medaled in track.
And chat's starting to pour in. And chat, I'm curious to hear what you guys say. First, Eric says, "Let's go Lions." We got 10U LYSA number 9. Brian, what's up, Brian? And then we do have some people chiming in. Cody says, multi-sports for my kids for sure. We enjoy the different challenges. Amy says, absolutely every sport I feel benefits a kid in the long run when it helps them with football, when it comes to strength and conditioning. And I'll tell you this personally. So one of the things that my kid does outside of sports is he's actually involved in like the arts and does a lot of dancing. And at first he hated it, but I can just tell you with his footwork,
Herschel Walker,
it made a lot of difference for him. And he was a lot more limber. His legs were a lot more limber. And there's a local dance studio. Give a shout out to them, AMDA. They do what's called Athlete Week once a year, and they invite like football players, basketball players, and all that, and they put them through their toughest classes. And I can tell you, kids come out of there crying. They do their ballet and their tap and stuff like that, and it's really cool. And my goddaughters dance there, and they're very, very good. And one's in high school and stuff like that. And I mean, you look at her, like we actually went to lunch today, and like she's a rock. You know what I mean? And so I am a big believer in multi-sports. It's really crazy because I hear parents and I see, especially some of these bigger towns that like it's 24/7 football. And no, you're not going to catch me, or it's 24/7 baseball. Yeah. You're not going to catch me out there with that. And so, I think this is a great story that your team that struggled last year because they stuck together and played these sports together. Number one, that builds a lot of camaraderie, right? And they know each other. They want to win for each other. And now you're seeing the effects on the football field this year. That's incredible. I mean, that's really, really incredible as far as that goes. Lots of people, SY7U. All right, so we have 12 minutes. We might as well just start this. But I got to tell my breaking news I've been waiting on. We got a lot of people on here. First off, I need to make sure that the SYA Horned Frogs are on with us right now because this concerns them.
Oh, well, let's see.
Right. And I know SYA is here a lot.
Yeah, frogs.
Darren says invest in your kid. Don't limit your kid. I love that. That's great. So here's what it is. So we got a game of the week this week, but honestly, next week's schedule, SYA 6U Cowboys. Let's go. I like it. Oh, Chelsea says we're on. Okay. Cody says, what happened? People are starting to gear up for this.
All right.
We have some good games this week, Doug, but next week's slate looks good. We got you guys in RYA is going to be huge next week. And I won't share my picks on that yet, but you guys know I'm high on you. I think that's going to be a fun game.
He's not going to pick you.
Then we also have in 9U, we have the Elks and the Horned Frogs.
Yep,
right. I believe there's another big 10U game too next week. Oh, no. 12U next week is Cody Barber and the Elks for next week's loaded.
Yeah, we play RYA next week.
And then you guys got RYA. Next week is loaded. But It says next week in Burleson would be fun for all group ages. Today, the head coach of the Elks, and I told him this is going out there.
Okay.
What did
Justin say?
Not the Coach Whitehead, he ain't worried about the Horned Frogs. They going down. Ooh. And I said, wait a second, this is breaking news here. This is a team that gets off the bus in suits and ties, and they probably already got their Super Bowl ticket pre-punched this year. And he said this isn't going to be a problem next week.
Well, they're in 9U and they've never lost a game.
Never. You don't have to remind. You don't have to say that like that. You don't have to say it. You don't have to keep saying
not one game.
Hey, it's okay.
I'm just saying. Like, I mean, it's is that not breaking news worthy? I mean, that if this was like NFL football, like that would be all over the headlines. I felt like that needed to be said today. Like, I was a little blown away by it. I was like, wait a second.
I guess since we haven't been talking about the Frogs, I guess we have to start talking about the Frogs now.
Well,
we just let them sleep.
Yeah,
let them lie over there. Okay,
they were sleeping. I bet. I haven't even looked at chat right now to see if they're awake, but I can just like see it out of the corner, just like dropping right now. Like here they are. Derek Bass says Whitehead don't know football. Chelsea says ain't scared. I hope I pronounced it. Tiana says absolutely not. Let's see. We've got Candy says right in your mouth. We got stop it on here. But I mean, we got some big games next week, like huge games. But we got to get through this week.
This week.
We got to get through this
1 week at a time, sir.
Oh yeah. I mean, dude, this is exciting, man.
I got an exciting lock for you too.
You're gonna Lord, here we go.
All
right, I want to do some player shout outs if you're good with that.
Let's do it.
Right, and then we can get into stuff. First off, do you guys have anybody that you want to shout out from any organization, anybody in your organization that you want to shout out that had some good games last week or anything like that? Anybody in your organization?
Let's see. From the games I watched, we had in our 5U team, Alex Martinez. That kid ran so many touchdowns.
That's great job, Alex.
And let's see, of course, 8U didn't score. They played the Gators. Oh, we're not going to talk about that one.
We won't talk about that.
Oh, I got to say this about the Gators. Man, see, you guys this is why I love football. Did you know they got a new defensive coach?
Yeah, I know. That's why you think I keep locking them for.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't think it was necessary.
Tell them who the defensive coach is.
Dante.
Thank you. And you didn't tell me that? You know, me and Dante, like, we go back to last year.
Well, maybe he should have told you. Y'all go back
to last year on the Elk Field.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And we bonded right there. And I seen him this weekend.
There's a reason I keep picking him.
Listen, I seen him this weekend. Yep. And he had a Gator shirt on.
Yes, he did.
And I thought, did you graduate from Florida?
It hurt my feelings, too, when I found out.
Deontay, I didn't realize that on here. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Anybody else from the organization?
Our whole 10U team.
Whole 10U.
Them kids, we played with 15 kids last weekend.
Sweet.
We played against a team
That's
of
awesome.
31 kids, and we outconditioned them. Nice. I mean, our kids weren't tired by the end of the game.
Now, you did have an injury, though, right?
We did. We lost our center.
What's his name?
Nathan,
shout out Nathan if you're listening, your family, prayers for you, man.
Get back soon, Nathan.
Get back soon. And I think I don't know the kid's name, but we heard today that there was an elk that I think in practice broke his leg yesterday. And so man, to those kids, man, shout out to them. Speedy recoveries. Lots of prayers. So 10U, anybody on 12U team?
Our 12U team, they're working.
They're working. Shout out to the coaches. Shout out to the coaches.
Keep working.
All right, so we got some shouts. So I'm going to start here with let's start with Coop.
Yeah,
you want to call out Coops?
Yeah, Coop. He got Jacob Ridmaiden. Oh, Jacob had 10 tackles for loss. 10. Jacob was balling. And they won that game 21.
They just start running the other way.
You think? I think he was coming middle, left, right. Didn't matter. He was all over the place.
Dude, I mean, someone needs to block that kid.
He was unblockable.
Well, and since we're in 5U, let me just jump to and he said it's pronounced Vergari.
Vergari, got it. Then what happened again?
We have Kit Vergari. Week 1, 4 touchdowns. Week 2, 2 touchdowns. Number 15. Then we have number 12, Jaden Jones, 5 total touchdowns in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
And that's a good team. Let me just say a little something about 5U. We'll talk about this because I'm in the 5U division.
What?
I know, man.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm in that division, dude. There's some like don't look at the standings because there's like some serious talent in there. Like anybody can beat anybody right now. That I feel like in that there's a lot of close games on there. So shout out to the 5U division. You have it? Someone else?
Not for 5U.
Okay. Next division. What do you have? Who do you have? 7U.
6U. It's Garrett.
6U
for Midlow. I did see them play game 1. They are fast.
Are they
fast? So it's Anthony Grant, number 3, had 2 touchdowns, a 70-yarder and a 53-yarder.
And so he sent some highlight videos that I watched. He says Anthony, number 3, is the fastest kid in the league at 6U.
He did say that.
Calling out all 6U.
Bold statement. But he is fast, though. I saw him score, too. He is fast. I ain't gonna lie. Seen him twice. He's too fast.
He's fast. So I'm trying to keep up with the chat here, too, because we have RYA 8U really like that. We have Yay, Coach Tay. We have Demondre says KU 9U has made the rest of the season personal. I guess they forgot about the first 2 games. I don't know.
Who was that?
I'm not sure why it's personal. How's the 9U KYU team doing?
They're undefeated right now.
Yeah, so why is it personal? They killing folk.
I don't know. I guess because we didn't say that because no one's worried about them. Because Whitehead didn't say he was worried about them, I guess.
I guess you. Robert Baker says he was talking to Nate. See, chat's all in their own thing.
Oh, they're talking to themselves.
Keep your chance coming. And then Brittany says, whoop Jacob. We got Amy says DJ Porales Jr. for 6U SYA, 2 safeties in 2 weeks. Guys, that's not how it works. See, we set up this email after the whistle.
So we gotta move on. Look,
Hudson, we're just gonna keep moving. Let's
Bullard, go. Number 99, also from Midlow, that 6U Garrick team.
Okay.
And Robert Winston, number 5, the quarterback. He also had a touchdown. So let's give them guys some love.
Yeah, and that block by Hudson, man, I watched that on the video. That was a good block.
It's pretty funny when we bring videos. For
yeah, see, I like when people bring proof.
I'm not going to tell you what they did. I'm going to show you what they did.
I like it. Anybody else for 6U?
That's all I got for 6U.
You got anybody for 7U? I got 7U if you don't.
You got it.
Okay, so we got Chris Marquez, 7U Regulators. AJ, the quarterback on the Regulators, had 233 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Jacob, the middle linebacker, game-changing.
I'm going to need video for that one.
Yep. But hey. Jacob,
check them stats.
The middle, I got more stats for you. Jacob, the middle linebacker, game charging. I think that meant to be changing. Yeah. Final stance sack in the 4th quarter. That's what I'm talking about.
7U.
This is 7U.
Yeah, we'll get them stats in that. Was it rush yards? We'll get them rush yard stats.
That is 7U. You got anybody for 8U?
That's all you.
I don't have any 8U either.
Nope.
Nothing for 8U. No. So where are my 8U people at? Like where are my 8U? Let's see. Anybody have any 8U? AJ says we got full video. Shout out to 5U Bullfrogs. I got 9 kids and they don't look back. What's up, 5U Bullfrogs? Man, I'm trying to get through this. It says Horn Frogs don't talk about nobody. It wasn't nothing, but y'all went down and made it personal.
There you go. They did. Get them.
Yeah. See, sometimes Bryce for 6U Waxahachie is faster. Okay, we you know what?
Did they already play?
I'm not sure.
I know Waxahachie played that 6U team, and it was a really close game, but because one kid ran on the field and that dude ran down the field. So
Ian Davis says S7U KYA Super Bowl bound. Dre says Ferris 8U. So we can mention them, which we'll go about those picks. I'm so mad at you about that, Doug. You influenced me.
Okay.
All right, 9U. We got anybody for 9U?
I'll just shoot out from my own team here.
Let's do it.
Mason Zadel played his butt off. Had a great game. One of my linemen, George Yarbrough, he's my center, but he also had a fumble fumble for loss. He had hit the kid, knocked the ball out. It was big deal. We had just fumbled the ball on our own 20, and it was a close game. And he came through that line and just boom, ball back. Let's go, game over.
and I did miss one 8U stats. It is for the Bullfrogs. 8U Courtney Dixon had 2 rushing touchdowns. And then he had also another touchdown called back, and MJ had 1 touchdown and 130 yards rushing. Okay. On 8U. I missed that one. Want to make sure we get him a shout out. That we got anybody for 10U.
No, can I finish?
Oh, okay. Oh, we got a lot of 9U. Let's go.
I got to give him a love. I got to give him a love to Maurice Love. Also, he did a fantastic job. Let me tell you about this dude Mason. Right. So Mason's he's on the ground. He missed the tackle.
Okay.
Right. Missed the tackle. The dude comes back. The dude gets up on his knees, bro. Tackles the dude. I was like, what? How you gonna tackle him from your knees? That was awesome. All right, let's go. Move on.
That's great. We've got so I was just told to Courtney Dix says Lake Worth 8U is getting healthy. Not sure what that means. SYA Longhorns says Gators have many to send in. The whole team was savage. Someone just told me about a banner. I don't know where that one went. So I guess I need to look for a banner that's being ran out this. I think Ari said that they have a banner that they're running out this weekend. All right. We're on the 10U.
I got that's all I got.
I didn't get anybody for 10U. Okay. I do have some 12U here.
Nobody's showing love to the 10U and 8Us.
Yeah, 10U. Well, we got one 8U. 10U Longhorns, fastest team in the league. So, guys, make sure you send in the submissions here. We're going to ignore this. We're going to ignore it. All right, we got 42 seconds left for you to cover these 12U. 12U, RYA, Jackson, Houston sent videos. Somebody better block that kid on the interior line. That's all I got to say. If not, your quarterback's going to fall every single time. So, just a little scouting report for all you 12U teams. You better block him. You better make sure your center can block him. 12U, RYA. And then also in 12U for the Bullfrogs, Cody Jr., 10 of 13, 154 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns for 41 yards and a touchdown, and a 100-yard interception return. Then on defense, looks like Zion Quinn, 10 tackles, 6 solo. Mason Caston, 10 tackles, 2 solo.
Somebody watched the film good right there.
Let me tell you something. Those are some players. We'll be back.
They were watching.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
All right, let me knock this out. We got games to pick. And I thought I just heard someone in here say upset alert. I mean, see, you can't say nothing in here, man. It's going to go live. Joco Community Radio is proud to be on the voice of Johnson County, Texas, live 24/7 TuneIn Radio Network. Tune in to joco.com. It's a place to find all the ways to listen. Watch on the station app is also available for free at Android and Apple devices. Simply search your store and check out our lineup and more at jococommunityradio.com. This episode and more is brought to you by Next Level Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep at 844-TEX-HEL. That's 844-839-4245. Okay, we're going into pick 'em. Don't say your upset alert till we get to that age group.
All right.
Don't say it yet.
Hey,
hit me.
You did much better this week.
Let's go. I told y'all I need a week warm up. Hit me. Go ahead, hit me.
You went 32-12 this week.
30. Y'all hear that, chat?
32-12.
32-12, picking every single game this week.
My locks were 6-1.
Well, I mean, but half of your locks, bro. Listen, Doug, I got to tell you, man.
I'm not listening to this nonsense.
Yes, you influenced me. I would have been, first off, what was my record? 32-12?
Yes.
I should have been 33-11, but you had me pick against Ferris.
I told you to pick Ferris.
And then you had some poor team have the scoreboard like shut off on them, but didn't shut off. It just kept going up.
I said in my picks, I'm smart. I picked the right people for a reason. That's why it's called locks. It's not guess of the week. It's called lock of the week. Come on, man.
All right, let's do it. We're gonna go through them this week. We got a lot. We already have. So you guys want to pick any games? Pick anything. I gotta hear the upset. I kind of heard it through this ear a little bit, but I gotta hear the upset alert. Let's go. Let's do it. 5U.
5U. Red Oak versus BBCG.
You know.
Red Oak.
No. My boys, man. My
All right.
Sandlot's 2-0 right now. Give them some love.
Bargary versus Prater. You have to finish it now.
Nope.
Matney versus Lake Worth.
I got to say something about that Vargari versus Prater. That game, I think, could be close. That Prater team has two really, really, really good athletes quarterback them, but I think
he has like 8.
So yeah, they're really good.
Not gonna matter.
All right, next. Who's the next one?
BIA Matney versus Lake Worth.
See, I've got stats here this time to keep.
I think he's 1-1. I don't know what Lake Worth's record is.
I'm gonna go BY.
All right, we got LYSA and Midlothian.
I gotta go mid-low on that one.
That's wrong, bro.
Is that wrong?
You got RYA versus Waxahachie. Waxahachie.
Give me the hatchet.
And we got BY Cooper versus KYA.
All right.
Oh, here we go. He's about to do it.
You know, we were talking about game of the week this week. This is my game of the week. Okay. Because
you got lucky and beat KYA.
There ain't no luck.
I'm just kidding.
Ain't no luck. It's
I heard there was some scrutiny with that game right there.
Victory. There was no scrutiny. Technically, he should have got another timeout.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, it wouldn't have mattered because we had 1st down and 10 with under 2 minutes left in the game.
Oh, y'all had the ball.
We had the ball. So it wouldn't have mattered. We would have took a knee on the ball. But at the same time, the refs were wrong, which we can talk about that in a whole another show. Going from there.
That's what he told us at our field. I told him, my coach called a second timeout. He was like, "You only get 1." I said, "No, you get 2." I got cheated last week.
He didn't get cheated.
She got cheated.
No, because he would have called a timeout after my first knee, and I would have been to take 3 more 40 seconds off the play clock, and we were scoring at will on them. So we just sad.
At will, he said.
We were, man. They were on us. We went back and forth. It was whoever had the ball last. That's for sure.
Who are you picking in this game of the week for 5U?
Give me Derek.
KYA.
Give me KYA. I'm sorry, Coop.
You heard that,
sorry, Coop.
Better come at him, Coop.
I'm sorry that KYA team's really good.
Hey,
I like them.
I got a lock for you for this game.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna pick you.
Yeah.
Don't let me down, bro. I've been doing pretty good.
Listen, I don't know what to think about these locks because Doug usually picks the easiest locks. Now that makes me feel like that this game is going to be a little interesting this week. All right, let's move on. Let's go KYA. Go KYA. Just ready for some good football. Gris says. Read them off. Let's do it.
6U BYA versus RYA.
RYA. That team's good.
You got Dusky versus this is the all the SYA teams are playing each other this weekend, except for 9U because only one of them.
Gotcha.
So we got Dusky versus Diaz.
Let me take that. I'm gonna take Dusky.
Yeah, Dusky.
Dusky wins by a lot.
All right. We got BBCG versus Kidder for Midlothian.
How's Kidder been doing? Let me see here.
I know he won the first game. I don't know about the second one.
Give me BBGC to rebound.
Oh, rebound team. We got Ferris versus Mid Garrick. Oh, don't pick against Garrick. Don't you do it.
Give me. See, you give me, Doug. You give me.
Well, you want to go ahead and pick Ferris. They're going to
give me Garrick. Give me Garrick.
Oh, there you go.
Give me Garrick.
Fastest kid in the league right there.
Yep.
Okay, you got Red Oak versus Waxahachie.
I'm gonna take Hatchie.
All right. We got Ennis versus KYA.
Give me KYA.
KYA. All right. So my lock is, of course, Mid Garrick versus Ferris. That's my lock. Got it. Mid low is gonna do it. I'm helping you out my locks, making it more difficult. 7U. 7U. We got BYA versus RYA.
Ooh, you know. Give me RYA.
I don't know. RYA. Okay, 7U. They're pretty good. All right, so good. In the we got Marquez and Burton in the SYA Bowl.
Give me Marquez. We got Coop said, "Ouch, that hurts me." I'm sorry, Coop. Like I don't know, man. I hadn't seen you, but I've seen that.
Just prove him wrong, Coop. Just prove him wrong.
For Go Burleson.
Yeah, Ennis versus Ferris.
Give me Ferris.
Oh, you want to pick Ferris now? Red Oak versus Waxahachie.
Give me Hatchie. Granger, right?
I don't know last name on it, so I think it's so. So we got Midlow versus KYA.
Is it Midlow McKnight?
7U. Whoever that 7U team is. There's only one I don't have last name.
Give me KY.
All right. And my lock for that game is going to be Waxahachie. I'll never pick against Waxahachie until they prove me wrong. Waxahachie running it. All right, 8U. Hey, by the way, last week's game of the week.
What a game.
12-0. But that was a good game.
What a game.
Good game.
Let me just call it both those teams, the Dixon team and the RYA team. Here's what I'm going to say, because I always keep it real, Doug. You know me.
Game.
RYA should have won that game by more than 12. I mean, I'll just say it. I was at that game. I watched that game. That is a very physical team. The Dixon team's a physical team, but that RYA team is going to be tough to contend with in 8U. They're physical. They were that's a good football team, and I might have to lean their direction for some Super Bowl picks in 8U. Don't want to count a couple of these teams out yet, okay? But man, that was a good game. You were there too, Doug. That was a great game. Good coaching game too. Like it was a good game. You guys missed it. Is this your upset?
This age group.
All right, let's see.
right.
Dre says, now make sure you make the right choice with this 8U bracket. RYA 8U isn't going to lose a game. Number 21, let's go. RYA and BYA 7U rematch from the 6U playoffs last year. BYA won, but not this year. Okay, that's good. All right, that's good.
Now we got Dixon versus Jones, BBCG.
Dixon.
Dixon. You said that really quickly. We got
It'll be out by halftime.
BYA versus RYA.
BYA versus RYA?
Yep.
I mean, RYA turned the scoreboard off on them.
Watch yourself. Okay, we got I'm just gonna pick it for you. We got Baker versus Jordan. That's why. Oh, you picking Jordan? LYSA versus Lake Worth.
That's the upset right there.
I hear upset, but what are you doing? Don't be influenced by your guest.
I know, because it cost me a loss. Not even by my guest, but my co-host with me. I got influenced. Tell me why this is an upset. I need to hear from the professionals in the room why this is an upset. Why isn't it upset?
Let's see. Well, I see them practice every day.
Okay.
Obviously, number one, I know what they've been working on. But our 8U team, they played two tough teams the first game. That Burleson team, they got a running back. That kid is, I mean, he's big and fast. And then they, of course, they played the Gators last week. So they had a tough start. That Lake Worth team, plus it's our rival, Castleberry and Lake Worth, that's a rivalry. So there's going to be some extra energy brought for that game.
Keep me Lake Worth.
There we go.
Okay.
Just kidding. Just kidding, Doug. I'm just kidding, Doug. Don't give me Lake Worth.
Oh.
Don't give me Lake Worth.
Oh. Okay.
I believe in the Lions this year. Sorry, Lake Worth.
You believe in the
8U Lions, bringing it home.
I thought they were going to get some bulletin board material.
No.
Apparently not.
No,
we're not doing that. All right, so we got the mid-lows going, LeBlanc and Akron.
Are both of these teams 0-2? No,
I don't think LeBlanc is. No, I think he won, didn't he?
Didn't he? Let me see. Let me see. I need to make sure I've got this right here. Oh no, LeBlanc's 2-0. Give me LeBlanc.
There you go. See,
I know isn't there a team in this age group though that's.
Don't be doing them dirty like that.
I need to see this Ferris 8U team play RYA.
Well, Ferris is about to play Red Oak.
Yeah, I need to see him play RYA.
But who are you going to do against?
I mean, first off, is it in Ferris? I want to know if the scoreboard is going to actually go off at 30 or not.
There's no telling what's going to happen.
No.
They didn't mark it down. They just let the scoreboard run, but they actually marked it 30.
Well, I know they marked it 30, but the picture's online. I mean,
There was some bad blood there. That's all. It was personal. Somebody made it personal.
Ferris wins this game.
All right, Ferris wins that game.
I will not pick against them again until they play.
Yes, you will.
Someone else.
Yeah, about 3 other teams you're gonna pick against them. I already see it already. KYA versus
Hachi.
All right, that is the 8U and the 8U. Of course, I'm saying I even told them.
Yep.
Locking it.
Who you locking?
Baker. Rest of the year.
Rest of the year.
I'm locking it. Done.
Really?
I'm done.
They're never losing. They're not losing a game.
No.
So
I locked it for the year, man. Nope. Done. I don't care who they play.
Wait a second. You got RYA Quinn.
I know.
They got 8U Ferris.
I said it ain't gonna be easy. That's my lock. You said don't be easy, right? That's my lock.
Woo.
It's aggressive.
Woo. RYA Ferris, you hearing that? Doug says the rest of the year, Baker's not losing. All right, move on to 9U. Let's roll.
All right, 9U. We got Mid Merit versus BBCG.
BBGC.
But I don't know now because he's worried about the Saginaw. I might be looking a game ahead.
No, here's the deal with that. Like, I don't know what happened to that team of Midlow, because like last year they were like undefeated, like almost all the way through the season. They were a great football team, but they've had a little rough start this year. Yeah. I don't know if some players moved or whatever the case may be.
One of them's gone.
One's gone.
Big 28. I don't know where he is, but he wasn't there.
Like, I mean, and
they're still a good team, just not.
And they're a good.
Not all clicking yet.
They're a well-coached team. Like I just when I was looking at the stats today, I was like, wait a second. I was like, that was shocking to me. That was one of those. But obviously, I'm taking BBGC for the win.
All right, we got Red Oak versus SYA. The only team coming to SYA that's not from SYA is Red Oak.
Well, they're gonna go home 0-3.
Oh, that's
sorry, Red Oak. Love you. That
team's better than 0-3.
They are better than 0-3.
They are.
They've had a rough start.
That's definitely better than 0-3. We got BYA versus Lake Worth.
BYA.
I was waiting for you to pick, bro. We got Waxahachie versus Mid Bogram. Bowran.
Let me see. I need to look at one thing here.
I'll just tell you now.
They're both
my lock of the week.
If somebody's getting a win,
it's Waxahachie. It's gonna get their first win.
I'm going with your lock. I'm gonna take Waxahachie to get their first win.
Let's do it, Watch.
We've Chris. Got Demondre says KYA 9U over RYA. Mark my words.
Said Mark. Okay, I'll put it down. Mark.
So Demondre Johnson, we are marking your words right now.
When do they play? This weekend. Do they play this weekend?
I think so.
This weekend. I said that's the first game.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure what's happening on chat. I got someone saying
that's my next game.
In my mama voice, thank you for dressing up and coming out on my show. Eric says he don't believe that.
Here we go. We got RYA versus KYA in Kennedale. So they got the home field advantage.
Okay.
You just saw what they said online. Kennedale's for real. They're coming. They said we ain't worried about y'all.
I've bought into the RY. It's kind of like Colorado and Deion Sanders over there. I've bought into the hype, so I got to go our way.
Okay,
I've bought in.
So are we saying Kennedale's Oregon?
Kennedale's Oregon. Okay. It could be like 30-0, and all of a sudden the hype's going to come crashing down real quick. Continue.
Okay, I was just trying to see what was going on. All right, 10U. All right, here we go. First game out the box. We got LYSA versus BBCG Holcomb.
LYSA is going to turn the scoreboard off on them.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. That's wrong. Okay, no, I'm good. Sorry. I got backwards there for a second. All right, we got BYA versus RYA.
RYA.
Okay, we got the SWA Bowl. We got Bowling versus Warren.
Bowling.
Yep, that's the lock of the week. Is bowling as well.
I'll be over at halftime.
Man, just like throwing it out there.
Threw it out there big time, didn't he? And then we got BBCG Clark versus Lake Worth.
So that's an interesting game because they're both 2-0, but okay.
Stop,
Clark. Man, I'm trying to give some love, bro.
No, you're not. You're playing with people. Just stop it.
False hope.
I know. Mid Lampkins versus Ferris. Be careful. I don't want you to pick wrong, so I'll be quiet.
Be careful.
Any day now.
I'm thinking.
Either you pick Ferris or you don't, man. See, I told you, Ferris. I thought
I
he loved
Ferris.
y'all.
I pick Ferris.
Took him a long time to pick y'all, though.
Robbie Huddleston says, I know.
It's not real love.
I'm not sure what I know, but I know something.
All right.
Eric says, we got high hope for you folks. We're going to see. I'm not sure what's happening on chat right now, but they're all in their own competitive war.
There we go. So we got
we're in 12U, right? Or still 10U. Okay.
Red Oak versus Waxahachie Sedilius.
So you said that Red Oak team's good, though.
They're going to surprise somebody. I don't know if it's going to be Waxahachie this week. They've got a couple of really good players. particularly on defense. They've got real strong linebackers.
And they look big.
Yeah, they've got
that kid
some
number
size.
48. I told him after the game I had to go find him. That kid caused some problems early in the game.
Really?
They got some players.
Yeah,
that's not a bad team. They had a tough start to the year schedule wise.
Agree. We were tied 6-6 at halftime last weekend.
I'm going to go with Waxahachie, but I'm hoping that Red Oak team gets it together because they look good. What I've seen on the film, they look like they have some athletes and some players, and maybe they're just trying to gel. So that could be a when we talk playoffs, that could be a fun one.
Them, if they get their offense figured out, they're going to cause some problems for some people.
Okay,
they're definitely one to watch.
All right, we got Ennis versus Waxahachie Hill.
Waxahachie.
Okay, and then we have KYA Sheffield versus Mid Robinson. That's gonna be a good game.
That's gonna be a really good game.
That's gonna be a good game.
That's
that
could be the game of the week. I mean, we got that's 2-2-0 teams. Man,
that could be a really good game right there.
Man, I'd like to see that game too. You think Midlow?
He is good. They are good.
They're good. All right, I'm going Robinson. Sorry, Sheffield.
It's a good team though. Good team though. All right. 12U.
All right. So Mike says Mike, you got to tell me what team you are because I don't know who all y'all's teams are. It says when we win this weekend, I'm coming on the show.
Oh.
I'm not sure what team it is. I guess people self-invite. Let's just go. We go from there. Oh, Sheffield. We got Sheffield strong. Cody Barber says, why are you speaking to folks? And then Eric says, kind of weird, but do you, buddy? I'm not sure what is happening.
It must not be talking to you.
It must not be talking to me. Okay, so y'all got to make sure you talk to me if y'all say something so I can say it on here. 10U Lake Word, 12U RYA. Let's go, 12U. We got 8 minutes. We got time.
12U, you got the Battle of the Elks. You got Fountain versus Barrett. We got BYA versus RYA. BYA, they're so close. Just lost the people. All right, we got the SWA Bowl again. We got Hemming versus McCray.
I don't know a lot about either one of these two teams, and I haven't got a chance. And because so I'm going to go with Hemming.
Didn't he enter the one? Are they undefeated?
No, they're 1-1. McCray's 0-2.
Okay, so we got LYSA versus Lake Worth.
Then that Giant may have been woke up last week.
You woke him up?
No, not us. I mean, with getting beat by Barrett first, that could have woke them up a little bit.
That game was a lot closer than it was. Something bad just happened second half. It was so close, then it just turned on them.
Yeah.
BYA, it just, oh my God. It was close and then just wheels fell off a little bit. Ennis versus Mid Dean.
I'm going Midlow.
Then we have Red Oak versus Mid. Is that Murrett? Can't even see. My eyes are so bad.
This Red Oak Judge. Are they playing Murphy?
Yeah, Murphy. There it is. I can't see it.
So both those teams are 1-0. Give me Red Oak here.
Okay. And then we have Waxahachie Porter versus Waxahachie Collins. Both 2-0, right? Both these teams are 2-0. I'm over picking for you. That's funny.
You know what? Give me Collins on the upset.
Okay, good. That's my lock of the week is Porter
versus
Collins. Porter versus Collins. That is it.
That's it.
But hey, you're not doing too bad. You did better this week.
I mean,
you didn't have any.
I should have been 33-11.
You had no losing this week. Everything was a winning record for every division this time. So,
yeah, and we're getting some stats. So we got 6 minutes left. Is this the week that teams solidify themselves, or do we need one more? Where you can officially say, because every football league, love the NFL, all that type of stuff. Y'all know I'm a huge Cowboys fan right now, and everybody's like, oh, they're the greatest, but you don't know yet. But there always comes that time where it's like teams you start seeing the cream of the crop, and then you're like, okay, that's a dangerous team. They could beat you on any given Saturday, and then it's like, yeah, those guys got work to do. Are we there right now in U Sports, or do we need 1 or 2 more weeks?
I go ahead, y'all answer. What y'all think?
I think it depends on the age group. Some of these age groups,
I agree.
You know now some of them it's going to take at least 2 more weeks before it all unfolds.
Yeah. 2 at least?
At least 2.
Yeah, because I know in the 9U, after this week, it's divisions start happening, right?
Yep.
The Elks play SYA, we play RYA. Everybody's playing each other now, so you're going to find out real quick who's who. Because everybody's playing everybody.
Yeah, next week's going to open up a lot.
And that's the way I kind of feel about it. I feel like next week is while this week is a fun good week. There's some good
Super
games this
important,
week.
though.
It's a very important week because there are some divisional
I'm playing
matchups
the
this
division
week,
game,
right?
Big deal.
I feel like next week is where I think things are going to kind of open up, and I think you're starting to see it in some age groups, but like over in the National League on the 12U, you got Porter and Collins both at 2-0. And then you got Murphy at 1-0 and Red Oak 1-0. Well, after this week, you're going to have only 2 left of those that are going to be undefeated, and you're going to start seeing these things start to move, right? But I think like in y'all's age group, like next week's going to show a lot. That's a huge game for you guys coming up next week. Obviously I've been super high on you guys. You guys are high on that team, but y'all go in and win that game next week, and all of a sudden in 9U we've got our 10U we've got 4 teams that you've really got to start taking serious. And I mean, it's not too early to start talking about playoffs, but I mean, how many games do we play? 8-week schedule or 9 week?
You got 9, right? 9 games.
I think it's 9.
9 weeks. So this is we're a third of the way through after this week. Like that's crazy to me.
A lot of us haven't played a lot of division games yet, though. So
I think you got to get through next week before you really know where everybody's at.
Yeah,
We played one. This will be another one.
This will be our first one this week.
Our first week and week 3 is both division games.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what game that Carlos Cody's talking about, because he says that game was never close. Whose man was this? I'm not sure what game he's talking about. Kevin says that the last week game, I guess for Fountain versus Hemming was a great game last week, and that's what I will say about the league is that just in the games that I've had a chance to see, highly competitive. Like for the most part, it's been highly competitive. Yeah, you've had your blowouts that have happened, but there's a lot of. Oh, he says Carlos Cody says Lake Worth versus BYA wasn't even close.
No, it wasn't at the end. It wasn't the beginning.
In the beginning,
they got a 2-point conversion that BYA was going in for, and the guy picked it off. And it seemed like to me after that game just changed. Everything changed. They got a kickoff. We fumbled the kickoff, and it just went downhill. It's like 6-12, and then just went straight downhill after that.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. We were in it until halftime. Right after halftime, the kickoff, and it just literally the wheels fell off.
So I'm going to give you guys this. We're going to try to do this in 2 minutes. These are the undefeated teams that are left in each age bracket. Tell me if they'll stay that way at the end of the season. 5U, there's only 2, Vigari and myself.
Yes, one of y'all will.
One of us will. I agree with you. In 6U, we have on the American side Dusky, and then we have on the national side Mustafa and Garrick.
One of them definitely will. I think 2.
2 out of the 3.
Yeah, they don't play each other. Yes.
All right, and I don't know if they do or don't. So
no.
7U, we have in the National Granger at 2-0, and then in the American, we have 3 teams: Miles, KYA, Marquez, SYA, and RYA Gomez. We got 4 teams undefeated right now in 7U. Do they stay that way?
No,
can't do it.
Two of them will play everybody.
Yep.
So somebody's losing.
I think only 2 teams will be undefeated in that age group. It'll be the top 2 on each group. RYA and Baker for the 8U on American are undefeated, and on the national we have LeBlanc for Midlow and Ferris. I think only 2, RYA and Ferris, unless they play each other. And if they play each other, I'll save that pick when they play each other. 9U, we've got Vigari, Razzo, Whitehead, and yourself, all undefeated in the American Conference. Man, that American Conference is loaded. Yep. And then only in the national side, KYA. So they got a nice little easy run on that. Whoa. Yeah. That's going to be interesting.
So they get their first test this week.
RYA. Mm-hmm. In the American Conference, we have Lake Worth, LYSA, SYSA, and Clark. And then we have and then we have KYA, Midlow, and Waxite. So there's 1, 2, 3. Holy cow.
I think there's 8 undefeated.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Teams,
RYA 8. There's 8 undefeated teams. Wow.
Yes,
5 of them's in American.
Yeah.
Too.
Isn't that crazy?
All right. 12U, we have 2 on the American, Barrett and RYA. And in the national, we have Porter and Collins. So we know one of those are going to fall this week in Porter and Collins. Yep. And we know that Barrett and RYA play each other, and one of those are going to fall. So only 2 of those will be in there.
True.
Wow.
It's going to be
what a league.
Next 6
what a league.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's going to be.
Listen, guys, make sure, you parents, as we come to end on the show, after the whistle, All right, because next week we won't be calling out people for anything after the whistle. Make sure you send your email to the email after the whistle at nwtyfa.org. We'll see you next week. Good playing Saturday, folks.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair